What's up, everyone? It's Mark Parson, Cornerback Pro. Today, this video is going to be more geared to coaches, but you young guys, my goal for you guys is to think like a coach. I want you to have high football IQ, and I want you to understand that football or life in general is it's a mental game, man. You got to have the certain mindset. You got to understand what's going. You got to be consciously aware. So my goal is to help you guys out. Okay. So email me guys if you have any questions, coaches included. I consult with college coaches, high school coaches. So feel free to hit me up, cornerbackpro@gmail.com. You can also get the programs that I mentioned in every single video there as well. All right, so check this out. These three bats right here. All right, so I got these hanging up in my house. This is when I was with the Saints, and I would say this is all right. So 2009. This might be 2009, I think. Is it? No, it's 2010. Okay, 2010. I see it right there. So I want to talk about how to get your players the most out of your players. And I will say this: that year, again, I mentioned the DC defensive coordinator Greg Williams. Man, I've never seen anybody be able, and I've had many coaches from high school, college, and pro. I've never seen anybody be able to get as much out of his players as this guy. Now, he wasn't alone. I'm not even talking about the other coaches. That squad had so many veterans, so it was like the players were managing the team as well. And that's important. Obviously, when you got an older team, you got a high school team or college team, you got a lot of seniors who are taking leadership roles and serious about this thing. It helps, right? But I want to talk about one way that I noticed from a Super Bowl winning coach, uh, NFL coach, to get the most out of players. So I would say it's balance. Okay, being able to control the balance of things, the yin and the yang, is key. So it's like I was talking to this guy. I took a lift somewhere, and he had his son in AU, and he actually was really good in basketball, and he was just talking to me, and he was just talking about how his son is one of the best in the country, and he was showing me pictures and all this good stuff and articles, and he was just talking about how he controls the balance of things. So I was like, okay, that's interesting, man. I would like to know why. Like, how do you do it? And he's really hard on his son, right? But then he motivates his son. He tells his son he's the greatest. He tells his son, man, great job. He awards him when he produces. Now, when he screws up, just like any other kid or any person, we all make mistakes, man. It's part of learning. So never get too down on yourself. He's really hard on him. So it's a back and forth type of thing because if you're too nice to, or not too nice, if you award too much, right, then the balance is out of order. And this is in life. So now the kid gets too arrogant, cocky. He's like, I don't need to do that work. I don't need to grind because man, I'm this and that. But then if you punish him too hard, if you go too hard, say, man, you're not working hard. You're not doing it. Then he starts to, especially as a parent, and sometimes as a coach, because he could just block you out and be like, man, I ain't never. And now he gets too down on himself. He feel guilty, and guilt is one of the worst emotions a person can have. Okay, so it's a natural balance of being very tough. I'll give you an example, guys. When I first got to New Orleans, I got released by the Texans. I got released by the Texans, and I was at home for a few weeks, and then I got picked up by the Saints on the P squad, practice squad. And the first day, the Saints were had to be like 8-0, undefeated. Okay, man, that first day, I remember I was next to Pearson, Pearson. Was it Pearson? No, it was Pearson Preload. He's a veteran safety, awesome special teamer, captain, funny guy. And Greg Williams literally cussed out the whole defensive, in defensive meeting. And when we walked out, he was like, "Man, you probably thought we were 0-8, huh?" So I was like, "Dang, this is 2009. This is the Super Bowl year, But it didn't hurt my feelings. I'm used to military school, so it's nothing, right? So, so the point is, he let him have it. But then he would do awards, and I'm not talking about the bounty gate y'all that went down. I'm saying like this: when the defense performed and this is called a Bring the Wood Back. Basically, certain little awards, man. This stuff we gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this forever, you know. But this is a little award. It doesn't even cost that much money, but stuff like this to encourage, and we're gonna get into what you should encourage as a defensive coach. But man, this is awesome. The whole defense got this. You know what? I think the whole team got the bat. So the whole team got the bat for certain amount of great tackles and great hits. It's called Bring the Wood. And man, this, even though it doesn't necessarily cost that much, it does something to you. It's like, man, I'll freaking run through a wall for this dude, a brick wall for this coach, man. You know? So it's like breaking you down, but then building you up. And the military does a great job of it, I would say. I only went to military school, so but I've heard stories of other people in the real military. But break you down, but then build you up. And it's a constant cycle of this. Okay, break it down. Who you think you are, man? You think, man, these guys out here working way harder than you right now, right? And then it's like, man, you got a future, man. You gonna be somebody in your life. You gonna do this, man. You see, it's a constant cycle. It's a constant creation of balance. You can't, if you overload one side, then it's gonna the scale's gonna tip too far over here. So, and the cool thing about Greg Williams was this: as a coach, he studied psychology in college. Okay, so he told us that he was like, man, he used to have positive quotes before every meeting. All right, he had some of the same quotes every single day, and he had a new quote. And every single meeting, he started with that. It was building a culture, a mindset. Remember this, coaches and players, listen up. Usually, the team takes on the mindset, the personality of the coach. So if you have a coach who has energy, you have a coach who has fire in him, fire up. I remember that dude. Man, I wish I knew. Remember that dude? He was at Rhode Island. He was at DC. He's the one that introduced me to Coach. He put me on with Coach Burrow at Ohio University. Man, he was like, fire up, let's go, fire up. And man, the team takes that personality. The team takes that mindset. You got a hard nosed coach. Hey man, we gonna hit. We gonna hit. We gonna tackle. We gonna finish plays. Eventually, it doesn't necessarily happen overnight, but eventually they take that personality of the mindset of the coach. If you have a coach who studies, who has a high football IQ, who puts in time when it comes to film and expresses that, they're gonna take the personality of that coach. You see what I'm saying? Um, but giving awards, being creative like this, man, I'm telling you, it goes a long way. And beyond any trophy that I got, like this is the type of stuff that is really cool. You know, I'll take this any day. Okay. So instead of just punishing guys, be hard on guys, man. I think being hard on guys is very important. It helps discipline, and discipline is key in football. I'll tell you that. So be extremely hard on them, especially early on. Little things like, bruh, why you? I told you to be at 8. I mean, I told you to be at 8. Why you at 6? Okay, up downs. Because up down, the beauty of an up down or a burpee or whatever, it's a workout too. It's a needed workout in football. But man, let's get them. Hey, let's go. Hey, why y'all not paying attention? Up downs. But at the same time, when they do pay attention, when they are doing the right things, when they are being leaders, and they're doing right in the classroom, yo, award them, man, within the rules and whatever you need to do, depending on whatever the system is. But award them, and it's gonna pay off. So now, because recognition, I think recognition in business, in school, any community, you know how it is. Humans love recognition. So sometimes you could do it for you could do recognition individually and team wise. I think both are awesome. So I remember, well, I'm not gonna share that because I don't know if that's legal or not. I'm talking about one time I was, I ain't gonna talk about it, especially with the that going on. But you get what I'm saying. Like little things like, man, award them, fellas, award them. So check this out. What would we want to award them for? So our goal is to direct behaviors. All right. We want to. We want to create behaviors within our team. So I would say this as a defensive guy, I've noticed the best teams that I've been on, the coaches really push at least two things. All right. Hitting and being aggressive and tackling. So this is like bring the wood. That means we are the more dominant, more physical team or the more physical player, depending if you want to do, I say do both, but individually and as a team. If we dominated the team physically, if we were the more brutal, physical, aggressive team, they should be awarded for that because you know what that brings. The team that's usually more physical, man, nobody really want to see them. There's the other team is scared, they're timid. So if we can create that culture within our guys, tough guys who follow the rules, who are very disciplined, and they bring the wood, you're gonna win, man. You're gonna win. And you don't necessarily have to have the best athletes. They're disciplined and they bring the wood. They hit, they tackle, they wrap up. You can get your guys to have these behaviors. That's gonna you're gonna win. Okay, and you're gonna be able to beat people who are more athletic than you. So that's the first thing that I would award, and I would award it early. Okay, um, obviously doing the right things, that's very important. But being physical, I saw that. That's the number one. That's the first thing. And then I would award effort. Okay, so effort goes a long way. I talked about it in the last video. We talked about tips and overthrows. So DBs, well, coach, I haven't got any picks this season yet. I'm working on this, and I'm covering guys nice, like I'm locking these guys down. How come I'm not getting any picks? Well, look, one thing that's going to put you in that position, because remember, life is about timing. Timing is key. But how can you put yourself in a position to be ready for the timing? Hustle to the ball. So walking somebody down, you on this side of the field and the ball's thrown and you sprint over there every single play. First of all, you're gonna get in shape. We used to do it. I remember I learned that from Coach Stolich. You know what? I learned that from Coach Schumann actually at Fork Union. Because he made us everybody run to the ball every play. Every defensive play in practice. Everybody gotta go tag off or thud up the ball carrier. Everybody gotta get over there. Well, guess what? We were the best in shape defense in that league. Okay. And we had the personality and the mindset, it just becomes second nature. I got to get to the ball. I got to get to the ball. And what happens is tips and overthrows. What happens is a fumble. It was a fumble. And guess what? I just happen to be there. Why? Because I'm hustling. So effort. I think you should award effort. The guys who put in the effort. And when you award that individually and as a team, guess what they want to do? It's simple. Well, I know that if I give maximum effort, first of all, I can make more plays. Second of all, I'm going to get recognition. Now, on the flip side, if I don't give effort, I'm going to be punished. So think about it. As humans, we work, not just as humans, I think we all do this. It's pain or pleasure. Pain or pleasure. That's what we take action on. So a kid who may not be necessarily consciously aware of stuff, but you can mold his mind. Okay? It's very simple. I want to avoid pain and receive pleasure. It's pain or pleasure. So I just see that because I think we forget sometimes as coaches, like football is a tough, hard nosed sport. And we'll wait till the end of the seasons to award guys. Or maybe we'll give a game ball. But I recommend being creative. A game ball's cool, but something like this is what a professional did for us, and I still have it, and I'm making a video about it right now. Just be creative. Like University of Miami, out there, UM, they know what their guy, and that's very important. Know what your guys like. Of course, down in Miami, they like some chains, man. So the turnover chain, that was a big deal. So I need a turnover. I got a turnover chain, right? So just be creative. Figure out what your guys like, and then that's the psychology of it, man. That's the mental thing, man. If you figure out what your guys like, and then award them, reward them. All right. All right, fellas. Email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Ask for the programs. and let's get better today. Let's work. Peace.